Welcome to Christina and Ricardo. Please take it away.
Very good. Well, this is Reflective Portfolios as a tool for community and belonging. If you want to access the slide deck, please go ahead and type in that bit.ly REFL port 25, and so you could have access to the links and the slides. And also, if somebody arrives late, we'll point them in the right direction because this link is on each slide, so you can have access to it. Um, and we're going to jump to, I think Christina's going to share. Yes, Christina?
Yeah,
We'll jump to today's agenda.
There we go.
Next slide.
That's gonna be fun.
Voila. So we're going to engage with portfolios a little bit, a way to invite yourselves into the portfolios. We're going to introduce ourselves. We're going to look at our work with portfolios, the work at Dominican, the work with ABLE, and the work in San Francisco Unified School District. And then we're going to do two small about me pieces. And we're going to try to imagine ourselves in our portfolio. If you bring in other knowledge of portfolios, please bring all that in as well. And then we have a page of resources. So here's the warm opener. I want you guys to go grab a sheet of paper. Here's my sheet of paper. And when you show it to me like this, I'll know you have it, and I'll get started. Go ahead, go on to the next slide, Christina.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and fold it in half. I think in elementary school we call this a hamburger. And then we're gonna fold it again in half. And what we're gonna have is 4 squares. And so a beautiful thing about portfolios is that we want to invite the self in. And one way that we can invite the self in is by writing down the name of an ancestor. So go ahead in that first square on the top left, go ahead and write the name of an ancestor of yours that you want to bring in today to our little session. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same. Say about 20 more seconds for this.
Mhm.
All right, and I'll be brave. I'll share my ancestor that I'm bringing in. My father passed away about, going on 15 years now. And so I'm bringing him into our session. And his name is Alberto Alcibiades Elizalde. Who would like to go next?
Well, I'm bringing in Robert Daly, my grandfather.
I'll continue the grandfather train. My paternal grandfather, Leonard Ozeroff.
I'm going to bring in my Aunt Dima, who just passed away 2 months ago.
Very good. Thank you. And have that person, he's going to be sitting next to you. She's going to be sitting next to you as we go through the session. Let's continue, Christina.
Mhm.
Introductions in our work. I'm Dr. Ricardo Elizalde. I work in San Francisco Unified School District as a digital learning partner that leads portfolio development in the school district. And also we had a little bit of a storytelling initiative last year where I had a little podcast telling the story of different work that we do in the district.
Hi, I'm Christina Mays, and I work at Dominican University of California. We are now in the refurbished side of our library as a central hub for the Center for the Dominican Experience. And we have a dedicated lab space for digital portfolio or e-portfolio, portfolio. Lots of different words for this work. And I'm also an integrative coach, so I offer students holistic support.
And the way this team got created essentially was that we both joined this team called ABLE, which is kind of an international team of essentially portfolio developers at universities, and I jumped into, even though I'm K-12, and that's how Christina and I made the connection. And it's really cool that we're in the Bay Area, but we're also part of this larger international group. So we have definitions for portfolios, or as we call them in the district, a digital portfolio. And very simply, the definition that we have is a portfolio is a space where you set goals, collect your work, reflect, connect your learning to your home and other learning spaces. Because we want to capture, we're learning everywhere all the time. And so we want to grab that learning outside of the school walls and bring it in and see if we can't make connections to what we're doing within our school. And make it more meaningful, really, if you're able to connect it to your home and what you know outside of school. The portfolio tells the story of your learning journey. It's housed in a digital container, which is a Google site, which is an Adobe Express page, which can be, yeah, those are the two that we use essentially in the district. It contains artifacts, reflections, and goals.
And then when we look at the big higher ed definition, right? So Ricardo and I connect on like, it's like this thing where you're reflecting on your life in and out of the classroom. But AACNU, Association of American Colleges and Universities, identifies ePortfolio as a high impact practice. So the concept that this is going to engage the learner in a more deeper, engaged, more depth approach to one's learning. And so we won't read this full definition here, but it's right here for your disposal to take a look at that and what does that mean. And Ricardo and I resonate on this connective tissue on we want to engage our students. So whether they are in kindergarten or a college student, they can all make use of this tool and have a greater understanding of what they're learning and how they're learning this in their communities and how the educator and students and how we all come together. And ABLE work. So this is something that Ricardo was already touching on. So what is ABLE? ABLE is the Association for Authentic, Experiential, and Evidence-Based Learning. And we have found this awesome group of global people who have mutual heart and understanding. And I'm seeing someone on this call right now, I believe that's Louis Canet, who's also part of our ABLE Digital Ethics Task Force. So what does that mean? So there is a collective here of people that have the driven purpose, heart-driven work in the sense of we care. We care how this tool has an impact in terms of ethics. And what does that mean when it comes to a portfolio? We are putting parts of ourselves in this digital presence online. Who can see it? What's the privacy? What's the practice on how we're engaging with this? What would be the ethical assessment of the work here? And Ricardo working with minors, what does that look like? Especially with the student and educator perspective. So there's all these different ways that we look at it to even the platforms that we're using. So everyone has an ethical role when it comes to this practice of digital portfolio. So here I am on this campus at Dominican University over here in San Rafael, California. And we are a small private institution, and it's about 2,000 students, just under. And we have undergraduate, graduate, and now even doctoral programs at our institution. And in the library, we have our digital portfolio support in the Student Success Center, and we have dedicated digital portfolio peer mentors. So the idea that it's very much a student-to-student perspective to influence and encourage and mentor students in how to put themselves on these digital portfolios. And we also are part of a podcast series with Create, Share, Engage. And that was a wonderful project that we got to have some students share their experience with portfolios. Oh gosh, I'm starting to listen. Oh no, I didn't. Oh good. There we go again. Ricardo.
Yes. So in a district last year, and it had this all happened last year, but there was a lot of work done with culturally responsive portfolios, and we connected the work of Zaretta Hammond's Ready for Rigor framework into bringing in the idea of the self into the portfolios, of the home life into the portfolios. And so we decided that with the small team, we went ahead and if teachers had these questions about how to start portfolios, we created this website of these step-by-step pieces. And you can go into, if you could hit that link, Christina, we'll go to the portfolio resources.
Sure.
So if you scroll down a little bit,
Mhm.
right there, there's Get Started with Portfolios, a steps-by-step guide, and essentially each teacher would get, look, so this is work for teachers, right? And so each teacher would get a lesson plan, a slide deck ready, and then also like student ready-made handouts to use with your kids. And it starts like in the 3rd grade, but you could use it for like older, like some of the stuff that we're gonna do today to connect to portfolios is stuff that we did with little kids. And so it works with all different kinds of populations. And then if you scroll down a little bit more,
Mhm.
these are portfolios in action and portfolio resources. And what we would do as a team, yes, Loretta Hammond's Ready for Rigor framework it's a great book. What we would do as a team is we would go out, do the training with the teachers. The principals would invite us in, and then we would offer to do these workshops in the classrooms as well. And so some of this work is cataloged here for you guys to check out. And I think we can continue now, Christina. All right, Christina, this is yours, right?
Oh, really? Oh, this is great. See the screen sharing. Here I am, Ricardo. Okay, so this is one of my most favorite things to do with any group. I love this. So one is I love to understand the story behind a name, so even just your name. But in this exercise, in our squares, right? So we're going to do the top right square. Our challenge right now is to develop a 6-word memoir. So there is, I'm not going to play this video, but here's a resource. There is this concept that Ernest Hemingway was challenged with writing a personal memoir in 6 words. And it was said that he wrote, "For sale, baby shoes, never born." We'll see it, right? So my 6-word memoir is life, my teacher, laughter, my savior. And I have held on to those 6 words for now over a decade, and it still holds true for me. So we'll just take a moment. I have a few examples here from some of my first-year students from last fall. So just to give a little more inspiration, life would be bleak without music. In the moment, not the past. Ricardo, did you have?
I don't have one. I'm gonna try to
You're
write
gonna try right now.
next time. I'm
Okay.
gonna try right now, and I hope I don't fail.
Okay, all right. Go ahead.
Oh no, what was I gonna say? We have 3 minutes or 4 minutes to do this, right? Sorry,
Yeah, we were gonna say 3 minutes, like 2 words a minute. Yeah.
we're ahead of schedule. So we could do it in 4 minutes, I think. And we also said go ahead and do the camera off. It's fine if you want to turn off your camera, so it doesn't feel like we're staring at you while you guys are doing your 6-word memoir. So
I'm timing.
here we go. Start
Okay.
the timer, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. 3 minutes, 4 minutes, come back.
We're gonna be wrapping up our last thoughts. Hopefully you have your 6 words ready. Ricardo, were you able to generate your 6 words in this time? You did? Okay, that's great.
I'll even go first.
Really?
I mean, unless somebody else wants to go first, I don't know.
Okay, 10, 9. We can just go. All right, go for it, Ricardo.
I am family, tradition, food, play.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to go?
I can go.
Mhm.
So, valley, ocean, hillside, city, peninsula, diamond.
Yeah.
I don't mind going.
Right.
So this is based on where I'm at and what I do as a job. I'm an archivist. So, mine is wool and tapestry, like wool, WOOL, and tapestry, archives in history.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for putting in the chat too. That's
Yeah, that's great. Thanks.
I wrote many different trails leading to here.
thank you.
We got another one in the chat too.
Yeah. Denise wrote, Professor Life, open door, full heart.
With graphics.
Yeah.
Clean. Thank you. And I thought we had another one, yeah?
Ah. Kevin, did you want to read yours out loud?
Sure. I
Mhm.
said pulling others up past giants' shoulders.
Being that we're in the Bay Area, I'm not sure we have time for Dodger baseball.
No, I mean, I'm standing on the shoulders of giants and I'm pulling up people past those. No baseball references intended. Lowercase g.
Thank
No,
you.
Lewis put something about Dodger
Clarifying,
baseball.
Kevin. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you for participating.
Yeah.
So that's one thing to reflect. So here we are prompting you, just reflect on your whole life and generate 6 words in, 3 minutes. No biggie. And a fragment sentence. But you thought about it, you reflected, you wrote it down, you shared it, and you said it, right? So that is like the full bringing it all together. And this is the purpose of what we're doing today. We want to show you that this is approachable, that developing a digital presence never begins with the technology.
Mhm.
It's beginning with thoughts, paper, heart. And next, Ricardo.
And that was the about me number 1. And now we're going to go to the about me number 2. And we're going to listen to an example of an I am poem. And it's a little video I created. And so yeah, let's play. Actually, if let's play it. It's great. We got sound, Christina?
Do you not hear sound?
I don't hear any sound.
We do not. There's a little, if you want to stop sharing and then start
Yes.
sharing again, there's a little box that's often
Yes.
hard to see.
Yes. We will go back. I will go back. Oh, I'm so excited. It was great on my end. Okay. And
Just building
share. There
suspense.
it is. Yeah. Classic. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me go to the beginning. Okay. Oh,
What happened?
what is it?
Nothing. It stopped.
Oh, is it playing?
It is
He
playing.
was.
Ricardo.
Oh,
You write a little bit about where you're from, and if you submit it to the envelope that's in the back of this bookstore, then it'll be up online in the digital space.
I don't see it, Christina.
There's cards in the
okay.
front,
Stop share.
sample poems.
Want me to try on my end? Huh?
So this is why I had asked, like, is it working? Okay, I'm gonna try one more time.
Okay.
I'm sharing, and I'm sharing my screen, so I'll try one.
Optimize sound on the right and optimize video.
Yeah, I did that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Do you see my screen now?
I do.
Okay, cool. Oh gosh. Oh man.
It's all right.
I know. Oh, this really,
Right.
why is it going that way? Oh, oh. You know, I'm
Don't worry.
here.
This
I'm
happens to
hearing-
all of us, and it's like we've never used Zoom in our lives. It's like, don't even worry.
Stop. Okay.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Let me know, please. Now? Are we seeing it?
We're seeing it move. Yeah. Okay, leave it there.
All right.
What's going on? Ricardo.
It's an invitation for you to write a little bit about where you're from, and if you submit it to the envelope that's in the back of this bookstore, then it'll be up online in the digital space. So if you want, there's cards in the front, there's cards in the back, there's pens, and a couple of sample poems as well that you can read to get maybe inspired. All right, thank you, Ricardo. So before I pull out the poem, I actually want to invite you all to invite an ancestor in to sit next to you.
Raymond.
You can say them if you got. Is good.
Mary.
Go ahead, a couple more.
Marcus. Mary. Willie Mae.
Mishko.
Bayard.
Harry.
I hid my glasses on my hat. I'm Ricardo Elizalde, and this poem is titled "I Come From." I come from. At a professional development in Arizona, the Hawaiian facilitators asked the same question. Their assessment session in full swing begun with a circle. I was late, pushed into the circle, and boom, my turn. Where do you come from? What ancestors do you bring to this circle? What are your waters? I said, I bring into this circle my father, Alberto Alcibiades Elizalde. My waters? I'd never thought of this. Seems Hawaiian children, when they are doing tribal work, before they carve their canoes, always ask each other, where are your waters? Then my pop never had to answer this question, though when he arrived, he threatened to swim back. I think. San Francisco Bay, Pacific Ocean, all the way down south to where the salt from the bay mingles with the salt from the Rio Guayas, more than 1,000 miles south. I come from, or rather my waters are the bay, the Pacific, and Rio Guayas, a connection with my papi I never saw. I come from my brother Willie asking me to write more. He's supposed to be here tonight. I come from dinner with family, wait until everyone is served, until you start, quiet until it's time to speak. I come from that blue-collar San Francisco that every now and then I still catch a glimpse of. Catching that glimpse right now at Bird and Beckett Books.
Pause it right there, Christina.
Yes.
It's great. Thank you. That was one example. We're gonna go to the next slide,
Mhm.
and it's gonna be your choice. There's a handout for the where I'm from. It asks you several easy questions, and you can get this generated pretty quickly. Or you could just do a simple free write, right? And begin with the phrase "I come from." And I think Christina put the link to that document in the chat. So once again, this is the About Me Too. We're gonna use this corner. And if you don't have enough space, you can turn the paper around and you can use the back of the paper. But go ahead and generate something of an I am poem in the next 5 minutes. Give it your best shot. And again, you can go camera off. All right, put those final thoughts down. We got about 15 seconds or so. Give you another. We'll get started in just a second. All right, so would anybody like to share maybe a couple of sentences of what they wrote? What do you would y'all come up with? I'll share a little story about how I use this in a classroom. Generally, we do something like this at the beginning of the school year, and I'll take snapshots of kids. And so their I am poems will become like the posters, the first posters of displayed work in the classroom. And it'll be a snapshot of the kid and a well-designed I am poem that goes through the editing process, and everybody has to get up and read it and like that. So does anybody want to read anything that they've written? Shy to share, but I will say that I just shared this template with a colleague. So somebody shared the template with a colleague. That's cool.
I can share.
Oh, Louis, thank you, man.
Gotta rep Southern California in this one. So I chose the last two sort of sentence segment of memories. I
Okay.
am from Chimes and Santa Ana Winds. I am from In-N-Out and Automobile.
Right on, man. Thank you, thank you. Would you like to share a line, Rhea? No, you don't have to share the whole thing.
Okay, let me just figure out which, I'll start with the beginning part. Okay. I am the daughter of a father who quit school after 8th grade to help his parents raise his younger siblings and only retired from the fields due to a global pandemic, and a mother who could not go to college because her family lacked the funds to send her. So she did anything in her power to see her daughters get an education.
Wow. Thank you. Powerful. I want to hear more. Thank you very much.
I'll send it to you.
Okay, very good, very good, very good. Yeah, this is how we use it. That was about me one, and this is about me two, and we're heading towards the closing of this session. So, Christina, if you want to move forward, we'll get to that last square. Your mic's off, Christina. It's okay.
Once I went into that optimization mode, I no longer see everyone. So
I hate that.
yeah, so it is what it is. All right. So having it all come together. This is how I approach the work with first year college students and have peer mentors facilitating the process. And so in this slide, you'll see an image of, let's say, an ancestor and some 6-word memoirs. I have a visual here of fabric and then a where I'm from. And how does it all come together? So we each have a unique narrative that we can bring forward. How do these pieces come forward? So we have something like this poem that is facilitative of the process. So if we were to think of colors or phrases, language, might you translate your work into another language to connect more deeply with your relatives or other communities? It's a way to visualize, right? All the various ways that we define ourselves. So we ask you to try to make this segment come together, these various exercises that we prompted you to take, and consider, how do you see yourself in a portfolio? What does it look like?
And go ahead and take like the 30 seconds to write that question in that last square, but leave yourself space to answer it, because Christina's going to go over a couple of different ways that her students see themselves in portfolios and some actual examples of portfolios done at Dominican.
Thank you, Ricardo. So here we have Amanda Lamb. Amanda Lamb was an occupational therapy graduate student, And in their program, they have the portfolio work integrated throughout the program. So students will work on this in various courses over time. They will work on it in their advising sessions when they're meeting with their advisors. And in these screenshots, we see a picture, a profile image of Amanda. Where I'm from, personal statement, something about family, another picture. And in my time of briefly showcasing screenshots of her portfolio, you're already receiving information. So the visual communication, we have a sense of, okay, this person likes outdoors maybe, and we're already putting together something that we think we might know or connect with this person. And then we continue to some other segments on her portfolio, such as signature work. So this would be a place where students upload research projects or working collaboratively with teams and presenting in a conference. And what they do in occupational therapy, they also reflect over time on becoming an occupational therapist. So the idea of the emerging professional identity and what that looks like. So that reflective personal growth, and also how we occupy our time. So for Amanda, knitting was something that Amanda had taken on, as well as goal setting. So what are those goals that Amanda is hoping to achieve during her time and journey of her educational experience? So we ask, okay, who are you? What do you want to bring with, like, what do you have with you already, right? What are your assets that are already with you today? Who are you becoming? What future are you manifesting? Purpose and meaning. How do you plan to use a portfolio? Will it be personal, professional, both? What commitment will you make to yourself to invest in this? So if you choose to embark in creating a portfolio, what would be the goal? What's the goal? And then your audience. Who would you be sharing this work with? Would it be family, friends, mentors, professors, advisors, college admissions, employers? You are the one who owns this, and you decide who you share it with. So we'll come back to that question, and you can write down your response in that last corner. And Ricardo and I were kind of torn on this. It's kind of like our design corner, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're like how we're foreseeing ourselves here. Like what would be a few selective artifacts or visuals or things that you would bring forward to that portfolio space? Some may say this is the folio thinking quadrant, right? I love this slide because it has like Ricardo on it and me. And we also have in this picture, we have Dr. Leticia Britos Cavarnaro from Stanford, who wrote this book. And a picture is worth 1,000 words. But if I just upload this picture to my digital portfolio, my audience wouldn't really know who's in the photo and what is the significance of this? Like, what is the meaning behind it? So you are the storyteller. So anything that you're bringing into this space, we must complement it, offer a justification statement, something to bring us into your world. What are you conveying behind this? What's the meaning behind it? What's the connections here? And I also feel like in the work that Ricardo and I are collaborating on, for us, this has been big bridge in us building a community and partnership that's quite strong. And I don't know, Ricardo, if you had a reflection on this as well.
You know, you do the work within your community and your school district, and you get a certain strength out of that. And then you get another certain strength out of connecting it to people outside of your workspace. And you get to see different angles and different perspectives on how this work can move forward. I was just considering how it works in elementary schools and high schools and middle schools. But these folks are taking it at the university level, and it's really quite wonderful to see the connections and quite wonderful to see how it could grow. So yeah, I'm glad I joined the group.
Yeah, there's a place, right? There's
Yeah.
a place. It's very accessible, right? So it's like if you're interested, you're in. It's for everybody. So
Okay.
our philosophy is we start from the heart. We're bringing ourselves into collective learning spaces where we can reflect and share with one another and build a sense of community. And so we hope that you felt in this space today, that you felt a level of comfort, that you saw that this is something that you can play in, and that this is something where we can be a little vulnerable, but ultimately be ourselves. And that is bringing our session to a close. We have lots of resources. So if you're here today or watching a recording, we encourage you to check this out. This is awesome, especially for those that like to listen to podcasts. This is a great tool to check it out.
And both, wait, hang on.
Oh,
Go
hey,
back.
wait, it's going on its own. I don't know. Go ahead, Ricardo.
So the Create, Share, and Engage podcast, there were several students and folks at Dominican University that were featured in the podcast a couple, I guess like last month, right? Or like a couple, 2, 3 months ago. And some of the work that I did with the school district was also featured. And this is also part of that ABLE group. And we are here telling our stories in this four square, but there's also these other stories that connect us as well, you know? So that's what I wanted to say about it. And it's a great podcast. It's very informative, and you'll learn about all these wonderful people making portfolios in their different spaces. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, Leah. And that's our information. And I think we're just about done, Christina.
I'm just it's so hard to be on the back end, Where'd the community go, right?
Huh?
I said, where did the community go?
I know. That's the part I was trying to figure out when I logged on at 12:45.
So now we actually have a little time if we want to like just debrief and discuss.
We do.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on Spotify as well. Right on. Yeah. Very good.
So while I still have time, I'd like to thank both Christina and Ricardo for sharing this information, but also leading us through something so it's not so much sit and listen, but actively engage in a process where I feel like in a piece of paper, we have a portfolio.
Right.
And
That
I'm
was the
sure that
idea.
was the idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a conference organizer hat, if you'd like me to share the different resources for people to go through this experience asynchronously as they watch the video, just let me know. I captured some of the links to like the different artifacts, but we can post them all and make it so that people could asynchronously go through that experience as well. And if there's a space where you want people to share any of the things they came up with,
Oh,
a
we didn't
Padlet
create that.
page or something like that, a Google Drive where they can put their poems or their 6-word memoirs or what have you, then just let me know. I'm here to serve.
Very good. Thank you, Kevin.
Great. I'm looking at
All
the
right.
comments now.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
That concludes our session.
All right, well, I will stop the recording and leave
Yeah.
space for people to have chit chat.